Hey everybody, how's it going? Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome to today's show. This is your girl in the know for all things motorcycle, Jacqui Van Ham, with your middle of the week show here. Happy New Year, everybody. Happy New Year. We all made it into 2021. 2020, don't let the door hit you on the way out. See you later. Today's show is dedicated entirely to all of the things, well, not all of the things, some of the things that I am looking forward to in motorcycle land for 2021. What are you guys looking forward to? As always, I can see your comments, so feel free to peek in and say hey to all of our overseas viewers. Hola, konnichiwa, guten tag, bonjour, and buongiorno to our new viewers. Welcome to the show. To all of my top fans that tune in, welcome back, top fans. Welcome back, top fans. Thank you so much for joining us. And as usual, I'm going to have a couple little surprise guests on the show roaming around here. This is my little buddy Dewey. He's going to be creeping around a little bit during today's show, but hopefully he will not be too much of a distraction or tear up my house too badly while we were doing the program. So wish me luck. Wish me luck. He's only 5 months old, so he's a little bit of a handful right now. Anyway, what are you guys looking forward to for 2021? Do you have any particular bikes that you kind of have your eye on, or rumors of motorcycles that might be coming, or trips or traveling, or maybe you're making plans to go to Sturgis next summer? Go ahead and let me know in the comments. I always like to know what's going on with you guys. But let's get down to today's show. So first things first, I am looking forward to in 2021 Daytona Bike Week. I say it every single year. This to me is the official kickoff of the motorcycle riding season here in the United States. It is on the books for this year. It is scheduled for the beginning of March, just like always. Now, here's the real reality of it though. Last year, COVID landed on top of all of us that were at Daytona Bike Week, literally like in the middle, like screeching halt, smack dab in the middle of Daytona Bike Week. Everything went completely off the rails and got completely sideways, and things started canceling, and airports started closing, and all sorts of craziness started happening. And one of the things that happened is that Daytona Beach proper started to cancel, pull back, I don't know how you want to phrase it, but they stopped any of the vendor and bar type permits that they had given out for the entire 2 weeks. People that had, outdoor stands, whether it was food, vendors, some of the camping bar type situations that happen. Camping and like concert camping, bar camping, those type things, they all have to apply for permits from the city, right, in order to do what they do every year. The city gives them away relatively freely because it's a great big huge 2-week bonanza in March that the city looks forward to collecting all those dollars, all those tourists every single year. So they got no real reason to put up too much of a fight. But once COVID landed, they were like, oh shit, let's cancel all of those permits. And they did. But the city just north of Daytona, where Bruce Rossmeyer's is, and another huge batch of campgrounds and racetracks and all sorts of stuff, is Ormond Beach, just north of Daytona. And they still kept going because they're two different cities with two different board of directors, chamber of commerce, whatever. So Ormond Beach still kept going, even though Daytona technically shut down. So here's the real of what might be happening for Daytona Bike Week. Even if we're still in the middle of all the COVID shenanigans, which also signs kind of point to that we are going to be, and Daytona says no, Ormond Beach is still planning on being pretty wide open. There is a lot of events scheduled, planned, coming up. I've talked to lots of marketing directors and people in the industry. Everyone is still planning on going and setting up at Bruce Rossmeyer's in case Daytona shuts down. So that's my little inside pro tip from me to you. But who knows? Daytona might still be happening in full force. But either way, I am looking forward to it. It's one of my most favorite weeks of the year. I get to see all of my buddies. We all come out of winter hibernation. The sun is shining. The beach is there. It's peel and eat shrimp and hush puppies and all sorts of yummy stuff that I love in Florida. So that is one of my favorite things that I am looking forward to for 2021. Another event that I'm definitely looking forward to that usually takes place in January is the Las Vegas Motorcycle Auction. So this big bad dog takes place except for this year, every single January in Las Vegas. And this has for years now been not only Mecum and Mecum Auctions, who host these crazy huge car auctions mostly all around the United States, once a year, maybe twice a year, but once a year really in a big blowout way, they host a huge motorcycle auction. They have over 1,700 bikes go across the auction block during the week of the Las Vegas auction. It is also usually coinciding with an auction called Bottoms, and Bottoms is like premier, top, creme de la creme, super rare, exclusive machines. So it's really neat to go and see bikes that I will never be able to afford in my life, see them live and in person, and maybe even get to like touch them or at least take pictures of them. So it's just a really fun, cool week. I had the chance to go last year. This was of course pre-COVID. This year they have canceled the January auction, and it is now at the end of April going into May, which I'm very excited about. And it's another over 1,700 motorcycles going across the block. So I'm definitely looking forward to that happening at the end of April. That is the motorcycle auction from Mecum in Las Vegas. So what does this silly slide have to do? Well, this silly slide is Santa, because Santa is bringing an extra special surprise for 2021 to my friends down in Texas. I can't release the details yet, but I am on board to participate in a very real way with a very huge, crazy big kick-ass event going on in Texas, in the Dallas-Fort Worth area at the end of March. That's all I can say. I can't give you any more details because I haven't released it yet. I have good authority because I had a really great conversation yesterday with these folks that they're going to release like the press release and all that stuff, and then I can give you all the details officially in the next week or so. So I have to kind of vague book for right now, but Santa is bringing you an extra special treat at the end of March for all of my buddies in the South, Midwest, Southeast. All of you should be planning on coming to this. It is at the end of March and it is going on in Texas, and I'll have more details for you hopefully next week. I am definitely looking forward to that. Also, an event that was canceled this past year that has got it back on the books again, and this is actually an off year for them because they normally are on the even years, but this year they're on the odd year. Or no, they go every year. It's Intermont that's every other year. Anyway, IKEMA is back. IKEMA is the world's largest motorcycle trade show. This is a hoot. This is like Mecca for motorcycle nerds and motorcycle industry nerds. This takes place in Milan every fall. It is Intermont that's every year. So take the beginning statement back. But IKEMA is every single year in Italy. It is gangbusters. It is huge. It is a blast. It is a super good time. Is it every year? Now I'm questioning myself. I gotta go look on their website. Anyway, it is a huge deal, and they are coming back. They have firmed up dates. It is the 25th through the 28th of November. They have committed to dates. They're committed to being open, and hopefully by November, the whole world will have its stuff together and have its poop in a group, and we will all be vaccinated, and we'll be all done with the COVID, and we can go back to seeing each other in person and hugs and high fives and all that good stuff. But I love this event. Again, it is IKEMA. It is the world's largest motorcycle trade show in Milan, in northern Italy. I love this. I've only had a chance to go to this once, but man, I would love to go this next year. So maybe I'll put my thinking cap on and figure out how I can get a ticket over to go see this. But this is one of the things I am definitely looking forward to for 2021. Now, let's talk about some motorcycles that I'm looking forward to for 2021. The first slide on your screen is the much ballyhooed, the Triumph Trident. Trident, if you are not familiar or not familiar with Triumph geek speak, the Trident means 3, so it's a 3-cylinder motorcycle coming from the folks at Triumph. This bike looks super dope. It is incredibly beautiful. I just love how clean and tidy and straightforward and simple it is. It is going to be a 660cc displacement bike, so just under 700 cc's. It is a triple, so it will make that super unique triple sound and triple power. And not only is this bike beautiful, they're promising lots of aftermarket for it. I mean, I think it's just absolutely gorgeous, but here's the thing that really puts my heart aflutter is the fact that it is going to be less than $8,000 MSRP. That is a lot of kick-ass British engineering going on with that beautiful bike for less than $8 grand. Yes, Triumph. Yes, Triumph, making a more reasonably priced motorcycle for the market today. Thank you so much to the folks at Triumph. I am definitely looking forward to seeing this beautiful bike live and in the flesh. And I do love a triple. The Harley-Davidson Pan America. I know I talk about this bike an awful lot on the show. I've got a huge weak spot for dirt bikes. I've got a huge weak spot for weird bikes in the dirt. So this scratches both of those itches. It is a big V-twin. It is a big 1200cc plus V-twin. It's going to be meant as a dual sport. It's meant to go head to head with the Tiger, with the BMW GS. They've been talking about this bike for 4 years now. It has only been like barely released. Like I've only seen like prototypes in the wild. Well, the launch for this is officially coming. Thank you, Jeebus. In 2021, it is happening. Jason Momoa is going to be spearheading a launch for these folks in February, if I remember that correctly. It'll be digital. But that means this bike is actually really coming to the dealerships this coming year. So thank you, Harley-Davidson, for something that's what's good for 2021 with this Harley-Davidson Pan America. Another bike that has been talked about quite a bit in motorcycle news is going to be the Husqvarna Norden 901. So they've been also talking about this beautiful bike. This was again released, if I remember correctly, at IKEMA, that big trade show I just mentioned. This was released, premiered, debuted, prototyped, however you want to call it, launched. This is when all the companies do so, is at IKEMA, because everybody is there. This got teased out in 2018, 2019, maybe 2019. So we've been waiting on this bike to come out. Of course, 2021, nobody could see this coming. So they went ahead and tamped that all the way down. And now there is a rumor that this is going to be coming in 2021. Instead, I think that bike is just slicker than snot on a brass doorknob. I think it is absolutely beautiful and dead sexy as can be. I love the way it looks in this photo. I love the soft bags on it. This just looks like I want to jump on this and ride to Alaska or South America today on this bad boy. I am super duper looking forward to that beautiful Husqvarna Norden 901. Another kick-ass bike. Now this is going to be a couple, so now I'm going to veer off of the path of, I just showed you 2 adventure bikes, so now we're going to head down like a little bit of a geeky small displacement path. This is going to be a Honda Grom with the Honda Racing HRC kit on it. Look at this bad little bike. This is a Grom. This is a little 125 with that bulletproof Grom engine that they've also stuffed into the Cub. It's also going to be in the Trail 125. It's going to be, the Monkey. It's in the Monkey. What else is it in? I think that's it for right now. But anyway, it's this totally bulletproof 125 engine. The Grom, when it was released years and years and years ago, everybody poo-pooed all over it. Who would want a 125? Who in their right mind would buy this small displacement bike? And then dealerships sold out. And then it was gone because everybody wants a small displacement bike. All of us want small displacement bikes. We want something fun and small to ride in town, to throw in your van, throw in your truck, use as a pit bike, go camping with, go run errands on it. Everybody wants that bike. So this awesome, bad mammy jammy is Japanese market only, however. But I still can't wait to see it. And, sometimes things end up over here. Every once in a while, they make things that are only Asian marketed first, and then they slowly make their way over here because they want to wait and see how sweaty we get about it. I think they want to see like how frothy we are about it. So sometimes things are Asian market and finally make their way over here. I am hoping that this is one of them. It is beautiful. I cannot wait to see this in person. Even if it does not make it here, they still sometimes show these things here. So I can't wait to see it. It's adorable. I love it. The Honda Grom with the HRC kit. It's one of my what's goods for 2021. Another bike from Honda. So this has also been burning down the internet a little bit, particularly for my vintage bike dorks out there. This is the Honda CB350 Highness. Now, the name is awful. I'm not gonna argue that. Highness. What? Highness? I don't even know what it's about. But it's awful. But look at that bike. That is dead sexy retro styling. That is a beautiful, beautiful little bike. However, even though it's called the CB350, It is a 350cc displacement. It is a single, however, not a twin, which is also a little weird that they're calling the CB, but whatever. You know, I can't throw shade. They're launching another beautiful retro bike. I love it. It's gorgeous. I do not know if this is going to be American market. This is another one of those weird, might be Asian market at first and then end up coming here. But I'm definitely looking forward to seeing this and seeing it live and in person. It has all of that beautiful Honda fit and finish on it. It's absolutely gorgeous. I love me some retro bikes. Who doesn't love retro bikes? I love retro bikes. So that's going to be one of my things I'm also looking forward to for 2021. And right behind it, yet another retro bike. This is the Maguro K3. This is from the folks over at Kawasaki. This is basically, in my opinion, a little bit of a more dressed up W800 that is part of the Kawasaki lineup and has been for that series of bikes that has been for a very, very long time, particularly overseas. The W650 and W800 did not sell very well in this country, but you still see them every once in a while. It is definitely a bit of a cult bike. It has definitely always been a very retro styled bike. They were dead ringers for Triumphs for a hot minute there. Anyway, I think that they're just very, very cool bikes. This is a little bit of an extension of that W800 lineup, but it's referencing the very, very, very beginnings of Kawasaki with the Maguro name on it, and some of that styling to it has that much, much earlier retro style vibe. That is a brand new bike, by the way. I know that looks actually quite old, but that's a brand new machine. This is another overseas market only bike, but I'm hoping it makes it over here to the US. Either way, I can't wait to see it. And maybe I'll end up going to IKEMA. Maybe I'll get to see these in person. Who knows? So the last of my list, I think, I might have one more slide, but this is the last of my list, and it's totally keeping with the theme of me just writing a love letter today to Honda and their retro style bikes. However, I'm going to jump ship here a little bit because the bike on the left is the 2021 CSC. It is a Chinese-made bike, but before you go wild in the comments about Chinese-made machines, lots of things are made in China. There is good quality product coming out of China. It is not always garbage. It just, depends on the company. It depends on what kind of quality controls they have in place. The CSC bikes I have seen in person, I think are really quite good and super, super reasonably priced. So the bike on the left looks like a dead ringer for a Honda Cub. The bike on the right is a Honda Cub e-bike concept. So why the hell am I showing you this? That's because the CSC Monterey is an e-bike Cub clone. That's right. I'm excited about this. I think that is super, super kick-ass and adorable. I also, just a little bit of a just to keep transparency with you, I also own a Cub clone. I love it. I ride the bejesus out of it. It's perfect for in town. You can park it on the sidewalk. It's super light. I love it. It's got a little soda pop rack on the back that I put my groceries and things in. I take it to the post office. I love my little Cub clone. It's pretty much indestructible. So the minute I saw they're making a Cub clone electric, boo! Totally sold. And here's the best part. This bike is real. It exists. They have a headquarters, I believe, based in Southern California. This bike is less than $2,000. Delicious. I love it. The new Honda Cubs that they are making are $4,000. So to me, it's an e-bike. It looks super dope. It's less than $2,000. I'm on board. That's a yes for me. That's going to be a yes for me. I love this little Cub clone. I think it's absolutely adorable. And again, this is one of the things that I am looking forward to for 2021. This is the CSC Monterey Cub clone e-bike from the folks at CSC. So that's what's going on for today's show. What do you guys think about that? Kind of some cool stuff going on. All sorts of all sorts of bikes I'm looking forward to, some events that I'm looking forward to. Again, don't forget, if you missed out at the beginning of the show, I've got a big announcement coming up for a huge event coming up at the end of March. I'll have more details just as soon as I can release it. I'm kind of under embargo right now. I can't talk too much about it, but I promise you I'll be bringing that to you in the next week or so. Is the second I get the PR release, I will be bringing it to you here on the show. You know that I will, but this is in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. It is at the end of March. put this on your calendar, set this aside. If you are in the area, you are going to want to come and check this event out. It's going to be huge. So thank you so much for tuning in, everybody. Make sure you let me know in the comments what you're looking forward to. What's good for you for 2021? Thank you so much for tuning in, everybody. This has been Jacqui Van Ham, your girl in the know for all things motorcycle. And I'll be back on Friday with another show. I'm home. I'm here in the home studio, obviously. I'll be back on Friday with a little bit of a fun fact Friday. I'm not sure what we're going to talk about yet, but make sure you hit the notifications on button because you are not going to want to miss it. Huge thanks to my show partner for this past year, Vroom Your Room. Vroom retract back, it totally sucks, and it's supposed to. TwoStrokeTees.com, I've still got some t-shirts available, free shipping in the United States. Choppertown Nation, I couldn't do it without each and every one of you tuning in, clicking, liking, and sharing all of these videos. I super appreciate you guys. You are also definitely what's good for 2021. Nothing but love for you for watching, and to Zach Kaufman, the big boss over here at Choppertown, for asking me to be a lead correspondent here for the past 4 years. Thank you guys for tuning in. Have a great day, and I will see you on Friday.